Now moving on to Bengaluru, where the Bbmp, the city's civic body, is planning construction of 8 new helipads in the city. Now each Bbmp zone will have 1 helipad. The reason? So that Netas don't have to spend a lot of time travelling. Now this move by the Bbmp has drawn a lot of flack from the common men, who is left to battle the potholed roads, poor infrastructure and massive traffic jams. Now it's important to note here that this is not just a matter of travel inconvenience. People have lost their lives due to potholed roads. Now the lakes in the city have turned toxic with poisonous froth overflowing onto the streets. The roads are left waterlogged due to monsoons. But despite all this, the civic body feels that what is important is building helipads. This is a new move that has come from the Bbmp, which is Bengaluru city's civic body. Now the Bbmp is planning to construct 8 new helipads in the city. Now each Bbmp zone is looking at having 1 helipad. Now the reason is that they do not want the Netas to spend a lot of time travelling. Now in a city like Mumbai, in a city like Bengaluru, where already so many issues are there, it clearly shows that the Bbmp has got its priorities wrong. Tara Krishnaswamy joins me on the phone line. Sir, a case of misplaced priorities, wouldn't you say the same?
It's hilarious, actually. You know, the real question for Mr. Sampath Raja Mayor is, okay, so how do we get to the helipads? Through the potholes? And you're sick? Through the waterlogged roads? Through the roads filled with garbage? He doesn't seem to have kind of thought through the solution that he's proposing. Not to mention that, you know, it reeks of let them eat cake. Let the roads be unusable. Let the footpaths be unwalkable. In the past 2-3 weeks, we've had a person through whom an iron rod has gone through his leg by walking in the footpath. He fell down and an iron rod went through his leg. It's been sticking out of the footpath. The potholes are such that so many people have lost their lives. The garbage is, you know, mounds and mounds of garbage, and garbage is being burnt. The air is unbreathable from vehicular pollution. And he wants helipads. We already have 50 helipads in the city. In the area where I live, there are 2 helipads that I can see from my home. I have never once seen a helicopter in the past several years. Never seen it be used.
Tara.
And I don't know how sick people are going to reach these helipads at all.
Right. Tara, now, so you spelled out the problems that the people of Bengaluru are facing. You are saying the air is polluted. The road is filled with potholes. You do not know how sick people will reach those helipads. As a citizen of Bengaluru, do you feel that these helipads will do you any good?
Absolutely not. This is the let them eat cake. We don't want to solve the traffic mess. We don't want to handle the bad roads. We don't want to fix them. So why don't we completely avoid the problem so that the Netas and, can use the helipads, and then we can pretend that we have offered something, right? So this is just completely not only inverted priorities, it's a complete waste of public money. It doesn't help anybody at all. As I said, you can't reach the helipad and nobody in any volume can use it. The problem is out on the street. Traffic is a mess. The city is unusable. It takes 2-3 hours to get to work each way and then back. And the roads are full of potholes. And here they are trying to invest in something in the air for the Netas to use. Which sick person can go through the same traffic and potholes and get to the helipad? Nobody can. Only the Netas can with their cavalcade. They will stop all the traffic on the road, get to the helipad and fly. And then pretend that the traffic mess doesn't exist. As it is, because they don't use public transport like ordinary people, they have no idea what a nightmare it is on Bangalore roads. Right? On the one day that the Chief Minister actually tried to use public transport, the bus broke down, he had to stand on the street. On the one day he used it. Now let them try to use it every day instead of building helipads, and then they will, fix the problem. This is standard, right? They won't send their children to public schools, won't fix the education problem. Won't use government hospitals, so don't fix the public health problem. Don't use the roads at all. Fly all the time. That way we don't need to fix the roads, the traffic, the potholes, the garbage.
Tara, you are saying this is
the government.
A, this is a sheer wastage of the public money, and you're saying B, that they do not use these civic the civic amenities given to a regular citizens, the people who are running the cities, the people who are running Bbmp. They do not know the kind of suffering that people in the city of Bengaluru go through.
Yeah, when they don't use public services, they shouldn't run public affairs. I would say in Kannada, Bengaluru bitbidi. Leave us alone. Don't govern the city because you have absolutely no clue how to govern the city. The dengue and chikungunya problems, Public health is in shambles with the garbage and the, water down the same neighborhood in the slum. The drinking water and sewage are mixed. The minute BWSSB touches a water line, these two get mixed. Public health is a problem. Education is in shambles, and traffic, civic amenities are a mess. I'm saying, why do you bother to govern then?
Why do you bother to govern? That's what Tara is telling us. Thank you so much, Tara, for joining us on this story.